Hi everyone, welcome back to my art channel. My name is Chris. For today's video, I have my favorite art supplies from Amazon. Now, I usually shop at Amazon when I cannot find the item anywhere else or if they have a really good deal. But before I start, I want to thank the 100 subscribers that I have. I'm really happy that you decided to subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and you like this video. It would really mean a lot if you're part of this amazing community that I'm trying to build here. In my channel. Now, I want to start with my favorite supply from Amazon, and it's this little cute guy. This is the Paul Rubens watercolor palette. I got the 12 set. I believe they have 24 and 48, and they also have like the glitter palette, but this is just a normal 12 color set. These are the colors that you get. You get all your basic colors. I love this palette. I think this palette is very pigmented. You really get high quality colors for the price that you pay. I believe I paid $25 for mine. I like to use this palette a lot when I'm going outside, when I'm going to a coffee shop, or when we go on road trips. I think this palette is the perfect size. It has all the colors that I need to create any type of artwork, and I really like the color of the palette. I'm not usually a pink girl, but this color is just so pretty, so I would definitely recommend this palette. I did a review of this on my channel, so I'm going to link it down below or like in the card that appears in the video. If you're interested, I would definitely recommend this palette, especially for the price. Like I said, you get really good watercolors, and the quality is amazing. Okay, keeping with the watercolor theme, I have this Daniel Smith Wisteria, come on, focus, watercolor. This guy, I was looking for it at my local art supply store, at my local Blix, and I couldn't find it, so I had to order it from Amazon. This is a beautiful pastel color, and it has white pigment in it, so it's going to make it a little bit more opaque. So if you don't like that, then this color is probably not for you. But this is beautiful. I'll give you a swatch of the color. I am really into pastel tones lately, and I was looking for this color to make my own pastel watercolor palette. So if you're interested in that, please let me know, and I'll show you the palette that I curated that has all pastel tones. Another watercolor item from Amazon that I absolutely adore is this little palette. Now, this palette is, you open it, and it's one of those that are that have the magnetic. They give you the magnet for the back of your pans, and you would just put your paints in there and then stick it in here. Now, all of these are my handmade watercolors that I have. This is my collection. This palette came with the pans, half pans, and they came with the magnets. And I believe I paid about $10 for it, but I really like the design. They have other designs, but look at this. Look at how pretty this is. You cannot tell me this is not pretty. So all the items that I'm mentioning, I'm going to link them down below for you to go, and if you're interested, you have the link in there to shop. Now, this guy, this is another item that is very handy when I go to a coffee shop to paint. This is a Faber-Castell cup, click and go cup or something like that. Something that's the name. Now, if you see, it's very flat, but if you open it, it turns into a little cup. So very convenient. Put it in your backpack, in your bag, take out to paint. This is also very good if you have a very limited studio space. So if you're looking for something small, that you definitely get this guy. Like I said, you just open it, put your water in there. When you're done, just dump the water and then put your back. So this is the Princeton Neptune watercolor brush. I really love Princeton brushes. I think their quality is amazing and the price is really good too. But this is specifically a travel brush. So as you can see, it comes like this, but then you open it, you get the brush, and then you click it, you put it together, and now you have a travel brush. Now this, the Neptune line is really good. It gives you the ability to have a lot of water in your brush, but it's not so hard to control. So I would definitely recommend this type of brushes. Now when you're done, you close it back, put it back, and then I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. Let me see if it focuses. There we go, I think so. It has this little hole in here. Now that hole is to help the brush dry so it doesn't get moldy. Watercolor, more watercolor. Now this is the Strathmore 500 series dry cut watercolor. This is amazing watercolor paper. This is the professional line. The 500 series is the professional line. This paper is amazing for the price that you pay. They have it in cold press and hot press, and they have different sizes that are your standard sizes to frame. That's why it's called dry cut. So for example, this is 8 by 10 inches. So if you are someone who doesn't want to deal with framing and you just want to go and get a frame from the store, this paper is definitely for you. This is the Caran palette. Now this palette is really cool, especially if you use a lot of mixed media. So this side is kind of rough, and then if you turn it around, this side is very smooth. Now for the smooth side, you could use it for acrylic. I haven't used it for acrylic, but I think it's advertised for acrylic, watercolor. I love to use it for tumbos when I want to blend. The other side, like I said, is kind of rough, so you can use it for watercolor pencils, for pastels, for charcoal, anything that you want to create a fine powder to mix. You use the rough side for it. This was about, I want to say, less than $15. But like I said, if you are somebody who has a lot of mixed media, this palette, especially for pastels and watercolor pencils, this palette is going to be really good for you. Now this guy is the Waffle Flower watercolor stamp. Mine is very used, so it's going to look a little dirty, but this stamp is very nice to make your swatches. Let me show you. Goes like this. So I usually use this stamp when I'm doing watercolor swatches or wash. Now this is really cool because you could put your swatching here. Of course you put the name, the brand, and it has some information like light fastness, if it's granulating, staining, or transparent, and then you get to write the pigment number right here at the bottom. For me, it's very important to know the properties of my watercolors, of my paints, because if I want to sell my art professionally, you want to make sure you're buying really good quality brushes. I mean, really good quality paints. And having that information handy is really helpful for me when determining which colors I want to use for which painting. So I would highly recommend to get this stamp if you are looking to keep up with your watercolor information. Let's see. I have a couple more items. Now, if you also look, if you have been watching my channel, you know that I love Posca pens, and this is one set that you could only find on Amazon, I believe. This is the Posca set in pastel tones. I believe this comes from Japan because the box is all Japanese. I have my markers stored somewhere else, but I kept the box because I think it was really cool. So these are all the colors that you get in that set, all the pastel tones. And like I said, you could only buy, well, I was only able to find this on Amazon. And if you love Posca pens, if you love pastel tones like I do, then this set is definitely for you. And one more thing. Now, this isn't necessarily an art supply, but this is something that I find really helpful to have, especially if you film a lot on your phone for TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, even for YouTube. This is a little ring light, and you could put it around your phone and you turn it on. It has has three settings depending on how bright you want it to be. Now, if you are somebody who has a very limited natural light, or your lighting just is not that good, I would definitely recommend getting this one. This was about, I wanted to say, less than $15. It's a really good deal. Sometimes having really good lighting, sometimes having really good lighting really helps make your work stand out a little bit more, and it really helps for your audience to see the details, and it's very, very helpful, especially if you're trying to promote your work. So definitely get this one. You know, those are all my favorite art supplies from Amazon. I would love to hear if you have any favorite art supplies that you buy from Amazon. Please share it down in the comments below. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you can subscribe if you are not a subscriber already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.